Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to our second day of the FSL, Female Esports League. I'm your host, or your caster, Jitjuan, and today I'm going to bring to you some of the finest Dota 2 games from some of our best female players in the whole entire Southeast Asia. So a quick recap from yesterday, from the 3 games that we have actually casted, we actually have Mavens coming in, winning the first game, followed by Ascended Superiors, who actually beat Psych due to an unfortunate DC in the LAN cafe. And last but not least, we actually have our final game with Yawa emerging victorious. Now that game was something that you wouldn't actually really want to miss, which was actually quite funny because CAG, they were actually getting completely destroyed by the Wind Ranger, but somehow Zeus managed to get their Aghanims and managed to sneak out a rampage just before their ancient fell. So when you want to decide who's getting the MVP, whether Wind Ranger wants to get it or Zeus, it's all up to you to decide. So from then on, today I'm actually going to be bringing to you on our second day of our first game between Philippines and Indonesia, Nemesis Gaming and Valor eSports. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. Already into the first draft, the first phase of the draft, we already see Tinker being banned out. Interesting. I mean, I guess most of the Radiant players, actually most of the time, like I said yesterday, I think a lot of players playing in the Radiant sides are really cautious around this Tinker pick because it's just so strong for the Dire side, especially with that 3 camps. Tinker can just farm up those stacks insanely fast. Now a lot of people, they prefer to stack the camp and for the Dire with the Ancients, but nowadays, I mean, because with such an early stage or such an early point in March, you won't be exactly be able to clear off those ancient stacks. So what most players usually do is to farm off those that 2 medium camps and then 1 hard camp, which makes your farming efficiency so much better for Tinker. So yeah, Tinker being banned out this early kind of makes sense. At this point of time, I think Tinker's just pretty much broken in the Dire side. Though I do have to wonder whether the bottom jungle for Radiant is still feasible to farm those 3 camps, but I think when it comes to stacking, only the Dire camp will be able to stack all 3 of them at the same time, simultaneously. Okay. Sand King Lion, you have 2 really aggressive stuns coming up from Valor.
Radiant team banned.
Well, one interesting thing about these 2 teams is that they're actually coming from Philippines and Indonesia. Now, these 2 countries are really well known for their hyper-aggressive playstyles, so I'm really quite keen to see how they will actually execute this in this lineup. And to no surprise, we're already seeing a Night Stalker, Grimstroke, Sand King, and Lion. So without a doubt, we're definitely going to be seeing a lot of aggression going on in the early side lanes. Doom being banned out for first ban for Valor. Still at this point, don't really see any obvious picks. It's coming up. Well, going in with the Grimstroke and Silence and Night Stalker, you're coming in with a lot of silence and spell disables. So they might go in for something more aggressive. I think a Glass Cannon might work pretty well for Nemesis. Banning away Anti-Mage Juggernaut. Really scary agility cost. I'm smelling Medusa. I don't know. I mean, Medusa is one of those heroes that can scale extremely fast. You take away the PL, you take away Anti-Mage. At this point of time, I don't really see any obvious counters to the Medusa aside from the Outward Devour. But then when you are pairing heroes like Night Stalker and Grimstroke, I don't think OD will exactly be an issue for you. So yeah, I think Medusa is still in the pool, still a possible heroes pick for them. But then again, we're talking about aggression. We might want to pick something that is more mobile, I guess. For Medusa, sure, you can get that. You're able to get that farm. You're able to be super scary in the late game. But like I said, hyper aggressive playstyles. You might look for something that can scale faster, maybe throughout the mid game. So yeah, Lifesteal, follow. What a cure. Actually nowadays there's just so many heroes that can just pair with this Grimstroke. But what surprises me so far is that before Mars was actually allowed into the captain's mode, everybody's been hyping up, saying Mars will be completely broken when introduced into CM, but now that Mars is introduced, we don't really see a lot of Mars pick. coming up. Maybe it's because it's been nerfed, but with the Aghanim's being introduced, I still think Mars is still a viable hero, except for the fact that his second skill, God's Rebuke, is gonna be, yeah, it's quite mana heavy, it's mana costly. Takes up quite a lot of mana despite you being a strength hero. So yeah, sure, you may take away the cooldown, but one issue or one constraint that you have to watch out for getting that X is still the mana. Mana management overall.
Dire team pick.
Wraith King. Tanky, strong, able to pair with the Soulbind, the Wraith Fire Blast. So that's pretty good so far. Both teams still going on for those stable picks. Sand King deciding to go for the off lane, but then again, I wouldn't be too surprised to see Lion going mid. I really like this. I really like this ballsy pick that they decided. What they actually decided to do was to pick a Wraith King into the Lion. With that mana tree, won't be too surprised to see Lion pumping 2 points into the mana sip. Sven, a good response into the Wraith King skeletons. And overall, just an incredibly strong hero. You have a huge stun coming up from Warlock, able to dish out a huge area of control. And not to mention pairing it with Sand King and Lion. That's a lot of stuns to follow. We are playing 4 stuns in Valor's lineup. Nemesis, they really want to look for something tanky and hopefully a hero that can kite around the Sven. Night Stalker might be going for the Helmet. I think it's still possible for him to go for Helmet, but Spirit Vessel is definitely the item to go.
Bounty Hunter.
Whoa, okay, Bounty Hunter. Alright, Bounty Hunter is high armor. It's a pain in the ass to deal with. But overall, I mean, then again, you're playing into 2 vision heroes. You're drafting a Night Stalker and a Bounty Hunter. I mean, with Anti-Mage gone, Storm? Still an option? But then you're picking Storm to 4 stuns. It's like, okay. Okay, Medusa, Lina. I think Lina might be a good pick. Lina, Death Prophet. I mean, Death Prophet is an exorcism. It will hurt the Golem quite a lot. But what's so critical and why I think Death Prophet might actually be a good pick is still because of the Aghanims. It just makes you so tanky. You might just be able to outlive the entire fight. And not to mention with the Siphon, you can kite around the Sven. But yeah, Valor going in for the obvious Medusa ban. Yeah, with PL out and Anti-Mage out, I don't think that Valor exactly have a simple counter to Medusa. Whoa, Meepo being banned out here. Guess it's good, since Nemesis at this point of time don't exactly have any obvious counters towards it. But Valor, I'm not so sure about Brood Mother, but Brood could be that niche pick that they're looking for. Like, sure, there is the Stroke of Fate, but aside from that, if you go Diffuser, you go for the Medallion, you can just run in the middle of everyone and just kill them all. Not to mention the upgrade of Aghanims on the Brood Mother, I think it can be faster. Will it be faster than the Night Stalker? I mean, it is a percentage increase. Is it? I don't think so. Okay, never mind. It's not percentage increase. Yeah, I remember. So, yeah, I think even if the Aghanims, Brood Mother should be able to outrun this Night Stalker. So, I'm still going with probably something like maybe Quap or Lina. Because at this point of time, Nemesis, they don't exactly have a lot of wave clearing heroes, so why not? Yeah, Lina's the call. Good range, clears the wave, high magic burst damage. Not to mention you have heroes like Night Stalker and Wraith King to actually tank the front lines. With the vision that Track's able to give, that Laguna is able to go far. And not to mention you're talking about the Soulbind as well. It's pretty scary draft coming from Nemesis. With the push, they have the push there, they have the team fights. Vision is there. But one thing they definitely have to watch out for is still giving Sven that farm. We don't exactly want this big blue knight to get as much farm as he wants. I think it's I think the lane rotations are going to be quite important for Nemesis as they really want to disrupt the laning phase. Raiding into that dire jungle early on can really be quite costly for the Sven. And Shadow Fiend is going to be the last pick for Valor's eSports. One by one, everybody's just going to pick up the heroes. Shadow Fiend. I kind of like that pick though. You're getting free souls from Wraith King's skeletons. If that's decently well against Lina. I mean, Lina doesn't exactly have the HP to sustain against the Wraith combo, but then again, she has that range that is able to out zone the Shadow Fiend. So yeah. But one thing SF definitely have to watch out for is those rotations, like I mentioned. You're picking SF into heroes like Night Stalker and Bounty Hunter. You're gonna be expecting a lot of ganks in the mid lane. And not to mention, Lina, one of those, is also a really scary lane hero with the magic burst damage. So overall, I think the draft will most likely be stronger. I will have to vote for Nemesis Gaming. Whereas for Valor eSports, I think that if they get the snowball or if they get the space to farm, these guys are going to be trouble. I mean, you're talking about Shadow Fiend and Sven. These two heroes are just so scary when it comes to the mid-game phase. So without further ado, we'll be starting our first game.
Prepare for battle.
So, Lina. B-Boy will be playing the Bounty Hunter. Nice soccer. So unfortunately, I think there's gonna be some bugs going on with the camera, so we're gonna do it for a quick restart. Unfortunately. So hold on tight. So right, we are back, and like I said, there's gonna be a quick TC from Warlock, but likewise, I think in terms of the draft, I think Dia will definitely have the stronger mid-game advantage if they're given the space. However, at the same time, Nemesis Gaming, they seem to have a really strong aggressive lineup. I'm talking about Bounty Hunter, Night Stalker, Lina. These heroes offers a lot of vision and a lot of burst damage. So I think greedy heroes like Shadow Fiend really has to watch her back out for all of these ganks. Now the mid lane matchup between Lina and Shadow Fiend, this is gonna be a little bit tricky. I think for Shadow Fiend, SF just might have a slight disadvantage, but judging by that last pick, Shadow Fiend really goes to show a lot of confidence. So overall, likewise, I think on Radiant it really has to go down to that snowball potential. They have to snowball. They can't really afford to sit back and relax for too long. Like sure, I think without a doubt they just may have the early game advantage, but it's really got to do with the mid game execution. Whether they're able to transit smoothly into the game, that's going to be quite important for them. So without further ado, let's go for a quick player introduction. We actually have Olia playing the Shadow Fiend in the mid lane from Valor. All the way in the top lane we have Xaveria playing the Sven, and Gracelyn going with her as a Warlock, and moving all the way down to the off lane we have Hyphen or double underscore playing the Sand King, and Lion being played by ALZ in the off lane. Whereas on the Radiant side, we also have B-Boy playing the Bounty Hunter. Night Stalker being played by Nezuko. Lina, Ligaya being played by Ligaya, that's going to be going up against the Shadow Fiend shortly. And moving all the way down to the bottom lane, we have Alita playing the Wraith King. And Grimstroke played by AAA. That's right, AAA indeed. So overall, quick pings are coming out already. It's pinging one another to stay in the trees. It's gonna be a little bit of a skirmish at top lane as B-Boy, Boy will actually just stand by the runes, trying to contest it, but knowing that Zveria haven't been getting a point in the Stormhammer just yet, and just as I said that, Sven will be able to get the bounty rune. Bounty Hunter didn't exactly take the point in the gold steal. Saving the point in the just in case he gets jumped on, getting that point in the invis will be able to save a life. So it's gonna be a 2 for 2. Oh, it's actually gonna be 3 for 1 as ALZ actually happens to snatch the runes at the bottom lane. Power strike and L spike. 2 strikes, 2 stuns. But then again, you have to be careful when you're playing into Grimstroke and a Wraith King. Like, well connected to the Wraith King, it's nothing much. But one issue that Wraith King definitely have to watch out for is that you're playing a melee hero into Sand King. But then again, Sand King is just so strong against any melee hero. With the buffs to Sandstorm, yeah, it's definitely gonna zone out the lane by a lot, by a huge margin. ALZ already getting that extra sentry. Yeah. Will she get the reward though? Will she? Moving down to bottom lane, ALZ taking a huge chunk of damage from the Shock of Fate. My mid lane, Leah taking in a lot of right click damage from the Lina. This is what I mean. You're picking SF into Lina. I think the matchup might sound even on paper, but then when it comes to the lane execution, I think Lina definitely might be able to have the advantage. Slightly more than the SF. Just because of how little HP both of these heroes have. But then again, Lina is able to outrange the Shadow Fiend in the early stages of the game. Leah will fetch herself up south, quickly regen up. And then yet again, we'll be having a quick pause up. Then again, look at this. Lina actually went in for the Now Talisman early on. Having 2 points in the Dragon Slave and having a 3% spell amplification. Oh, but the Light Strike away will connect on the Shadow Fiend tactical pause. Monka S. Top lane, Boy will be able to contest the pull from Gracelyn. Now, like I said, I think in terms of the laning stage, Nemesis, they will have the lane advantage. The early on lane advantage, yeah, is definitely going to go in the way of Nemesis, but mid game, late game, I think I have to favor Valor for this. So now the Sentry Ward's already being dropped out. I just like it, all of these supports are just going straight in for those Sentry Wards. So at bottom lane, I think the games is still going slightly passive as both sides just really want to secure themselves as much levels as they can for the time being. A Wraith King, will we actually be seeing a Midas on the Wraith King in this game? Yeah, I mean, if you want to go greedy, I don't really see why Midas wouldn't be a bad option. Here comes the mana sip. Man, Lai, just such an annoying hero. Like, sure, you can... your right click isn't that much, but then again, you're able to annoy the heck out of your enemy just by earth spiking and just drinking their mana. It's literally any strength hero nightmare. Like, look at this. Wraith King only has like 339 mana, and just casting one Ray Fire Blast is already costing 100. Yeah, so even though that 1 point mana drain might not be enough, I still think it's a great spell to maybe consider getting a second level in it. Mid lane, Shadow Fiend going low again. Oh, Leah not exactly having the time of her life. Like, she is getting those last hits, much needed, but yet again, this Dragon Slave, the early aggression from the Lina could just be too much for the Shadow Fiend to handle. As the courier goes back time and time again to ferry those healing salves. Top lane, Bounty Hunter will be scouted out. The Sentry Ward will be able to show off Boy. As the Shadow Words will connect onto her. Will she TP out in time, or will she lose out first blood? No, she will not. She will TP back to safety.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Legaia still pushing on that mid lane pressure, forcing Shadow Fiend to push all the way back into the base. Now the 5-minute runes are already slowly starting to come up, and that also means for the first night time bottom lane, there's a leader falling extremely low, but the Inkswell will be able to give out that movement speed. 3 heroes rotating bot. AAA will be able to scout out ALZ.
Radiant are scanning.
Oh, the stun will connect onto AA. It's Wraith King and Grimstroke, they just might draw first blood if they're not careful enough, as Sand King kill off AAA. Getting a little bit careless, jumping between the visions with such little HP. Yeah, both teams definitely have to be extremely careful, especially in this safe lane. Legaia already have that level 6 pumping in that point in Lacuna, but doesn't exactly have the mana at this point of time. Legaia actually going in for the arcane boots, so we're probably going to be seeing a magical asset, magical Lina this game. Boy will rotate into the mid lane as the first knight will fall. Now, judging by Shadow Fiend, will we be seeing a Guardian Greaves? I mean, it's still, I guess it's still in trend slightly, even though the Greaves have been nerfed. Oh, Boy were actually eating that double raise, suspecting that they might have vision in the mid lane. Legaia have to be slightly careful here. The LSA will connect onto Shadow Fiend, popping in that Fairy Fire, but all the way bottom river. Spike will connect, saving ALZ's life from the Inkswell. Boy will be able to chase it down, but ALZ should be safe here. Oh, the Stroke of Fate will connect. Caster's Curse. ALZ will be able to stroll away right out of that. Mid lane, Lina getting pressured by both Gracelyn and Aulia. Gracelyn actually picking up that double damage. Now, how often do you see the position 5 drafting out a double damage? But bottom lane, I do happen to miss a kill on the Wraith King, as both Sand King and Lion will jump on the aggression. Boy will try to dish out as much damage as she can onto ALZ, as Nezuko will fly in, trying to snag up a kill. Without any vision available, Sand King should be just fine. Nemesis, they do lose 2 heroes, but yeah, the goal's gonna swing in favor of Valor for this time. But likewise, Nemesis, they can't really give too much of this early game advantage to Valor, as Dire's farming abilities is definitely much more faster than Nemesis. Wraith King, not exactly going for that minus just yet. I don't really think, will we actually be seeing Wraith King go for the minus build? Like, she's not exactly sitting very well on last hits. Not exactly the most favorable matchup for her. Mid lane, LSA will connect to the Shadow Fiend. SF sitting at level 7, surprisingly. So Legaia will try and add on as much pressure as she can. But then again, the rest of Valor will slowly come and rotate mid lane. Rotate down the mid lane, but Boy will be able to scout out ALZ. Will he snag up the illusion? Yes, she will. ALZ with the stun. Boy taking out the illusion, denying the Shadow Fiend's bottle. Bottle charges. Legaia going in a little bit aggressive, but she will miss the LSA. Nezuko, yeah. She is utilizing this nighttime to farm up, to contest against the Sven. But would you really want to do that, or would you prefer to gank the lanes? I think at this point of time, maybe it would be a better choice for Nezuko to actually better utilize this time to maybe gank the lanes, but maybe, getting the aggression on Zevira. There are TPs available, but Boy would rotate just in time to cancel the shield. Sven sitting at the top of the network, top of the last hit so far. Nevertheless, oh, but bye boy. She's not going for the courier. Not going for the bird. Weird, but okay. Xavier getting a little bit of trouble here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
She does have the Midas, but will die at a cost of 400 gold, 398 to the bounty hunter. Okay. Maybe it was worth not going for the courier, but going for the kill. Priorities. A little bit confused, but then again, it's gonna be a free kill, so can't exactly deny that.
Dire's top tower
Lion will try and sit around for the bounty rune, but I'm not so sure if AA will want to contest this. The silence will come up, and should be able to secure Radiant himself one bounty rune. Sand King will be able to review the Wraith King stuck in the trees. Reincarnation is on cooldown. Alita, I have to be careful here. Power Strike, it is on 3-second cooldown. Will she be able to reach it though? Alita's extremely fast with the face boots. Ping's already coming out. It's Scream Stroke just gets got out. Stormhammer will connect as Sand King. Bottom lane will also get the stun on. But Sven using that God Strength. Will they be able to catch Ligaias? Getting stuck in the downhill. Sand King will be able to try the Sandstorm, and the Razors will not connect. Oh, just as I said that, Power Strike will be able to root Selena in place, and Aulia will take the kill with the final raise. It's 2-6, 10 minutes into the game, as the goal swings in advantage for Valor. Point of time, Sand King actually sitting higher net worth than the Sven, surprisingly. I mean, Sven has the Midas, but Sand King, you have 4 kills to your name already.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Wow, actually, she didn't really consider going for the point in Caustic Finale. You're like, sure, okay, maybe it's good because you want to control the wave better. But actually, yeah, why not? Getting more points in Sandstorm also works fairly well. Nowadays, everybody makes Sandstorm, but usually I would prefer to keep 2 points in Butter Strike. Maybe even a point in Caustic Finale would be quite good. Helps with the push, good slow, helps you with the chasing as well. Warlock actually deciding to go for maxing the Fatal Buttons instead of the Upheaval. Alright. I mean, okay, most heroes usually they do get a point at Upheaval, but that really depends on how the fights go. Like, would you really want more crowd control or more damage? Like, the damage does scale with the Sven, but yeah, I guess it makes sense since Dire already have so much lockdown. You have Lion, you have Sand King, but what I'm really curious about is what Shadow Fiend will actually build into. Yeah, she's going to the Garden Grease build. Able to purge off the slow and the track. But then again, it's an extremely expensive item. Probably going to be seeing it at probably around maybe the 20-minute mark. I think it'll be earlier, but considering the amount of pressure that Nemesis is able to do. Yeah, going in defensive might be the name of the game, but Warlock coming in from the wrong end of the team fight. Power Strike will connect to 2. Sandstorm is out, but so is the Fatal Boss. The damage is insane. The Golem will not be used. Oh, there's no Golem at all. Bye, boy. Jumping in deep, but Aulia trying to finish it off with the raise. The Power Strike will connect onto the big blue bat. Aulia will try and snack off the kill onto the bounty hunter. Dust coming out a little bit too slow, but Night Stalker will come out from the trees out of nowhere and will be able to finish off the Shadow Fiend. The stun on Nezuko, and it's gonna be daytime just in time for the big bats to drop onto the floor, and Nezuko will try and desperately run out to safety, but no, she will not succeed as the Power Strike will be able to finish her off. Bounty Hunter actually falling prey to the Sven. Midas Gaming. Alright. I think the game would be so much more different if actually Warlock had that point in Golem, Chaotic Offering. But I guess that's what happens when you actually value more points in the Fatal Bonds. Interesting. But likewise, that Fatal Bonds into Sand King, that's one scary combo. I mean, you're not exactly extremely tanky on the side of Nemesis, so they do have to be slightly careful to off this burst damage. Bye boy, we'll be able to scout out Sand Kings chilling in the high ground. Scouting it out with the track, and yeah, Spirit Vessel is going to be the first item for the Bounty Hunter. You're going Vessel first? Usually I was actually thinking whether
Radiant's
Boy
middle
will actually
tower
go in
is
for the
under
medallion,
attack.
but I guess not. Spirit Vessel's better, I guess, against the Shadow Wood. Sand King does get scattered out. The Silence will be able to connect. Veil of Discord will be thrown out, but the LSA will not connect. But the Golem to follow up with the Veil. The Soulbind connects onto the Golem, the double Laguna, but it does nothing to the Golem, nor to the Sand King. Lina will get chased down by the Sven. It's gonna be easy kill, unstoppable for the Sand King. It's good combination. I mean, one thing Grimstroke definitely have to watch out. Actually, to be honest, I wouldn't exactly say that Warlock might be a counter to Grim just because the Golem's able to soak up the damage
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
from the Soulbind, the
Radiant's
connection of the
structures
Soulbind,
are
but
fortified.
yeah, I really like this Golem pick. I didn't actually, to be honest, I didn't even know that Golem would be targeted by the Soulbind. Should be an easy tier 1 with the Golems and
Radiant's top
Severa.
tower is under attack. Radiant's
Yeah,
top
or
tower
Leah will
has
be able to
fallen.
catch that mechanism anytime soon. Dark Ascension will be popped as the rest of Nemesis will try and scout out any heroes. They did see the Sven TP mid, so at this point of time, it might be the best time for them to go on the aggression. Night Stalker will be still on the high ground, casting as much silence and control as he can, but then again, the Earthspike will connect onto to the Night Stalker. Finger of Death to follow. But where's the rest of Nemesis?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, the pings are coming out. Spawniana will be reviewed from the backlines. The Earthspike to follow. And Olia will be able to get up the last hits. Haste will be popped. A little bit careless there from Bounty Hunter. Like, I get it, you want to give the vision, but you gotta watch your positioning, man. Night Stalker was low on health, and I guess it was more or less miscommunication. Yeah, Sand King will be able to fire up the dagger anytime soon. Yeah. Actually going in for the arcane boots instead of the casual boots of travels. I guess with the mana sustain, it should be fine. But then again, a lot of players usually decide whether they want to go for the arcane boots or the soul ring. I mean, personally for me, I still prefer the boots of travel build. Like, early on, I usually go for Claries and Mangoes. Sometimes maybe even a soul ring, but I don't know. I don't really see myself going arcane boots that often. Like, sure, you want to go for the Aether Lens,
Dire's bottom tower has been
which should definitely
denied.
scale extremely well for heroes like Sand King, but yeah, I guess Aether might be a priority item. But still, I prefer more of the map pressure that this hero is actually capable of. I mean, this spell is just so scary. Look at that range. Not to mention the 2.2 stun, 700 range, and not to mention it scales extremely well, especially when it comes to ganks. Damage is nice, the range is nice, great at turning team fights. So yeah. I don't know, like maybe going for Aether Lens early on, it sounds okay. Like maybe, just because you can disassemble from your arcane boots. But like I said, for me, I think it's all about personal preference. Just feel that with the boots of travel just gives you so much more
Dire's
mobility
top
across the
tower
map.
is under attack.
As the rest of Valor, they will be smoked up, trying to get as much vision as they can. The pings are coming up for the D-walls, they know that there's an invis room. But they have to be extremely careful, they know that Valor, they're actually hiding in the jungle. But they do see the Dragon Slave, but does Lina know about this? Legaia will be able to back off to the fountain. Just a mana regen up. Understanding that they're not going to be getting anything from these ganks, I guess it's time for Valor to actually start taking those objectives. Sierra actually going in for the Blink Dagger instead. I actually thought she might want to go for the Sergeant Yasha instead. Like, sure, maybe Blink Dagger is a great initiation tool, but then again, you're having heroes like Sand King, you already have control from Lion, Warlock. Will you really need the Blink Dagger though? Like, it's great to jump into the backlines as well, but one thing you really have to take note of is more or less the positioning. Nemesis actually deciding to go in for this trade, the tier 1 for the tier 2. Interesting. Okay.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Lina will be able to get caught out by the Power Strike. The body blocks will be there. The Veil of Discord cuts onto Legaia, but with his TPs already coming in, Sand King will just back right out. Grimstroke does provide the vision for the Sand King. The Valor Strike will be able to connect. The silence is there. But I think the rest of Valor will actually go in for the fight. Lina will actually get cleaned up by Xavier from the background. Gracelyn will be able to try the golems. Nezuko will try and find herself a kill, but Olia will cast out the Requiem, slowing down the entire fight. Epicenter is out, but so will be the rest of the team as Lion to fall. Nice Stalker next, and the leader will get chased down by the Sven. The Blink Dagger being put into good use as Xavier tries to go in for the chase, but oh, the Power Strike will blink up to the higher ground and get the Wicked Sick. An easy kill on the Grimstroke. Bounty Hunter again getting caught out at the edge of the team fight. Mega kill streaks for the Sven.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Now that's the scary thing. Okay, maybe this is why you really want to go for the dagger on Sven. Lina getting initiated on with the Power Strike. Xavier, the pings are already coming out. Laguna are thrown all the way onto the Sand King. And yeah, I just may be wrong about this Blink Dagger build. Like, it's so good. Okay, I'm actually starting to see this is the second time that Xavier is actually able to get that easy kill on the Lina, closing in that distance. Power Strike will connect to the 2, but the Soulbind will latch on to the Sand King. Olia being very careful not to take in any more follow-up damage. And a monster kill streak will go to the Sand Scorpion thing. The king of the sands, the Sand King. And just like that, Valor will just snag a Rex without much of a challenge and will stroll right back out. Olia actually not finishing off that Guardian Grease but going in for the U Scepter. It's a good purge, good mana regen item. Wow, but wait, is it very common? Personally, I don't really think that you see both Use and Guardian Grease being picked up by Shadow Fiend. I mean, just because the amount of mana regen is... I don't know, I don't think it's really that necessary. Like, you would rather want to build more into stats than mana regen. Like, it's great for farming efficiency, but likewise, you might want to build up more stats when it comes to the team fights. I guess it's okay, but do you really need that much mana regen? But then again, if talking about the debuff, I guess there's a fair argument to say that Use is a good counter against the track. I guess. But then track's cooldown is only like 4 seconds. 4 seconds. 4 seconds in your use is yeah, 2.5. Wait. Okay, I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure it's like around 20-second cooldown for use, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 23. So I wouldn't exactly count it as a very reliable debuff. So yeah, using Grease on SF. Is that the meta? Or is he just or is it just because they're just too confident? Bounty Hunter will be able to dish out the tracks, giving as much vision as she can. But then again, you're a level 9 bounty walking into a level 17 Sven. She's already picked up a Sanjin Yasha and is looking extremely strong. BKB as the next item. I think at this point of time, Nemesis, I don't really see any response from them for this build. Like Lina, she just got a... Yeah, that's the thing about Aether Lens. I still don't really think that it's a very good item to pick up first, as a first item. Maybe it's good, I guess, but personally, I really don't think so. That's my argument against the Sand King Arcane Boots as well. Like, I would rather just go for the Boots of Travels. Like the range, but not enough points in the spells. Xavier will get the Wicked Sick onto the bounty as Bye Boy falls once again. With that said, Valor, they could cover the road after this tier 2. I mean, they're just so strong. I don't even think Nemesis would really want to contest this 5-on-5 Roshan fight. Warlock already having going in for that 4 stuff, but... Oh, Wraith King actually goes in for the Radiance. Midas, oh yeah, Alita actually plays the Midas Radiance, but like I said, could be a little bit too greedy. But if there's going to be any last hope for the side of Nemesis, I think Alita is going to be the one that's going to carry the game towards the end. But just as I said that, Xavier will pop the core strength and will charge right into the middle of the battle. Alita, just remember, she does have the reincarnation available. The Soulbind will connect Mikaya. does have the Laguna Blade available, but she's not going to be casting it anytime soon, wasting the duration of the Soul Bind. But the Laguna will be able to finish off the Sven as Wraith King Reincarnation popped, and Nezuko getting kited right in the back lines. Requiem will be able to pop, but Ligaya still playing around the back lines, as Sand King will not be able to find a kill. Nezuko snatches the kill onto this Warlock, and the rest of Valor will be going on to the retreat. Good positioning there by Ligaya. Sand King trying desperately to get that last hit onto the Lina, but unsuccessfully. Honestly, Night Stalker did an extremely good job. Jumping straight into the back lines, disabling all the mages with the silence. Preventing any more power strikes, stuns, hacks from the Lion. Yeah, I think MVP for that fight really has to go to the Night Stalker. Like, sure, the rest of Nemesis were actually able to play around the back lines back in base. But then again, yeah, I think that one was really on Night Stalker. But Valor, I think the initiation was a little bit off. Like the Blink Dagger for the Sven, I think she estimated the distance a little bit off, I guess. Yeah, without the BKB, Xavier, you gotta be slightly careful about it. Like, you guys may be strong, but same thing, don't get complacent. Every team is still trying their best out here. Taking on some win probability is still, wow. Okay, actually I didn't expect the percentage to be this high. 100% increase, 100% favor for Valor actually. Wow. Overall net worth and XP, it is swinging to the side of Dire. But the XP is slowly swinging back to Nemesis' favor. It is still nighttime as Alita and Nezuko will try and get this kill onto the Sand King, but there is no detection available at this point of time. Grace Lane will be able to slowly walk away down. Nezuko getting Fatal Bonds up, will try the Dark Ascension and fly all the way up to the trees. Bye boy, she does get scuttled out by the dust. But she's fast. This bounty hunter is extremely fast and she'll just fly right into safety. Dust or not, she's still fast.
Top tower is under attack.
That's gonna trigger the rest of Nemesis to fall back into the safety of the base.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
But likewise, and the rest of the team will be able to farm up. Nagaya's still chilling in the trees, farming up those creep waves. Knowing that it's a super creeps wave, yeah, she has to maintain this pressure, making sure that the creeps don't rat their base.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Man, what's with these Aether Lens? Is it really that good? Like, okay, I understand. Okay, yeah, I mean, Lion does have the cast range talent, but most of the time, Lions, they usually prioritize more of their gold onto the Blink Dagger instead. But I guess in this case, she's actually prioritizing more onto the cast range. Olia will be able to snag up the kill onto this Bounty Hunter, but at the expense of a Requiem. Oh man, poor old Bounty Hunter. This is 1 to 6, but unfortunately not as bad as the Grimstroke. Poor old position 5s. 0 to 9, but Lina. I think honestly, I have to question this Aether Lens first item, definitely. I think that you can really afford to go in more aggressive, like maybe picking up a second Null Talisman and maybe into use first and Kaya, but no, she wanted to go for the Arcane. It actually backfires against her, as like I said, you really want to utilize this early to mid game phase for Nemesis. You don't exactly want to lose out to the farm that Valor is able to dish out. I think Valor definitely farms much faster than Nemesis, so yeah, likewise. You have to be extremely careful. But Valor, they will go in for the smoke, trying to catch off just maybe a core before pushing up to the high ground. Roche is still up, but they don't exactly want to take it just yet, knowing full well that the whole team of Nemesis is available. The Observer Ward will be able to scout the Grimstroke, and Xaviera will pop in the God Strength to jump straight into the battle. That's gonna be Roshan. No buyback on Grimstroke. At this point of time, only Bounty on that buyback. It's gonna be an easy, uncontested Roshan. Can't tell if Nemesis is unaware of this, or is it just because they know that they can't fight this at all. Spirit Vessel onto Byboy. Alright, going in for the flats next.
I'll take your tribute.
Bounty runes will come up as the rest of Valor will get snag up those easy bounty runes.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh, actually down at bottom lane. Rifting does happen to scatter those towers with the creeps. With the skeletons actually. Wait, what? Ah, he went for the skeleton's talent instead of the strength. Alright, that's pretty smart, I guess. I guess that's what happens when you actually go for the Radiance build. Oh, Alita getting scouted out. Zephyr does have the blink and the stun. Silence will be out and the Soulbind will connect onto both Shadow Fiend and the Sven. Good targets, but there's not going to be any follow-ups for that, knowing that Sven has the Aegis, no backup's going to come in. But then again, that happened all too fast. There's not going to be any response for that. Night Stalker will try and hold the wave, but they do have Aegis and God Strength available. Valor, they can just siege up uphill.
Radiant structures are fortified.
This Indonesian team is just looking so strong. The Power Strike will dive in deep. The Hex to follow on Bounty Hunter. Sandstorm is there. The Finger of Death will give the Lion a free charge. But Nezuko will fly in deep with the BKB. The Golem will try to hold it down in place, but that's not going to happen. Another player will be dead, but Lion bites back without any TPs available. Nezuko will get snagged up with double kill, but 2 instant buybacks from both Brave King and Bounty Hunter will be up. Lina the 4, buyback is available, but 4 heroes will swarm around the Night Stalker. But this Balanar just looking so incredibly strong. Zephyra, Lotus Orb will be popped, but she does not have the Aegis at this point in time. Sven will try and get a kill onto the Night Stalker, but she's just too strong. It's gonna be a death onto the Shadow Fiend. Power Strike connects onto the Lina as Alita will blink in aggressively. Spirit Vessel on the Span, there's no way he's escaping from this, but the stun is huge from ALZ, but will it be enough to protect her from the rest of the team? Sand King will try to be able to finish off with Lina. There's gonna be a dieback. ALZ tries desperately to kite around this Bounty Hunter, but the stun connects onto 2. Reincarnation is still up as Sand King. She is coming in from the back lines. Reincarnation will be popped. As Byboy will still slowly chase down this Lion. ALZ, will she be able to blink out in time? Yes, she will. As Byboy runs back into the jungle. Oh, doesn't check herself. Good usage of the Lotus Orb. But a Ray Fire Blast will be able to finish off the Sand King.
Where do you think you're going?
Forcing out plenty of buybacks from both sides. Lion being extremely careful, not wanting to die back at all. She's just gonna swing tremendously in favor for Nemesis, even though having 3 buybacks and a dieback on Lina. They got an entire wipe on the entire team of Valor. Almost close to 4,000 gold exchange. Take a look at the win probability. It's still strongly favored to his Valor. The graph will dip slightly in favor for Nemesis at this point of time. But then again, the game's not over. Alita is still looking strong. She does have the 9-second BKB. No, 10-second. She just had it. AAA actually going in for the 4-star. I thought she might maybe go in for use, possibly. Maybe Aether. Okay, now Grimstroke's a hero that maybe wants to prioritize on that Aether lens instead. Because of how crucial the Soulbind is. Bounty Hunter actually going in for the 250 health talents. Something good to hopefully sustain against the burst damage from Valor. Yeah, I don't really think that the attack speed would benefit her much. Okay, let's see. She does have the Vlads. Vlad's recipe being picked up. It's gonna be lifesteal stacks on top of lifesteal the vampiric aura. 30% lifesteal right next to the Vladimir's. 50%. So I think overall with these two lifesteals on the side of Radiant, we can expect them to be slightly more aggressive. And Alita, okay. Alright, so much for the 10-second BKB. Alita thinking that she's gonna get ganked by the dragons or the prowlers will pop up the BKB. I am pretty sure it's all part of the plan. It's confidence, it's all about confidence. Or either confidence or just, I guess, player instincts. Yeah, praise the players, that's right. Shadow Fiend, Aaliyah will be going in for the Hex as the next item. Actually, Hex. Or would you rather go in for the Shivers card? Shivers is also not that bad. But the Scythe gives it plenty of control. Boy, gotta be slightly careful not walking to the range of the Sentry Ward. Gracelyn. He has a Sentry available. Drop it in place slightly too late. And check it out, the bounty's still there. Bounty rune for Bounty Hunter.
Bountiful.
Oh man, I was hoping for a funnier pun line or something. Bounty rune for Bounty Hunter. Interesting. Lion actually picking up the Ghost Scepter and playing extremely cautious. Don't exactly want to run into a Night Stalker ever again. Like, this Night Stalker is just constantly jumping on ALZ's face. And Nezuko will be able to pick up the Crimson Guard. At this point of time, I still feel that Nemesis, they still just might have a chance. Even in the win rate says so, it's just slowly, just barely crawling back in favor for Radiant. Nezuko will be able to pick up the double damage. Shadow Fiend. He just watches in pain as the double damage just gets stolen by the Night Stalker. Not wanting to contest. Spawn time is going to be a Midas on Sven and a Midas on to the Wraith King. But so far, Zevira does have the cleave, does have the early game advantage, and she will scale faster, slightly faster than the Wraith King. But then again, Wraith King, even though you're the highest, you have the highest net worth for the side of Valor. What can you do when the entire team of Nemesis is just so strong? I mean, the entire team of Valor just looking so strong. I think Nemesis at this point of time, they really have to watch out the team fights. Valor, they're sticking so close together. They're being extremely active with the smoke gangs, something that Nemesis isn't really doing. Like, these smoke gangs has been so successful, even though they just take one kill, despite it being a support or not, they do secure objectives like Roshan, like towers. Nezuko popping up the BKB. There isn't a stun in time to stop the big bat in place. BKB is popped up, and Nezuko is going to be the sole fighter from Nemesis. Is there going to be any backup available? No, there isn't. The U-Scepter will pop it in place. Sanking will miss the power strike, but Nezuko desperately trying to get out of there. The finger of death committed. And Balanar will fly to the ground, slowly and sadly, as ALZ casually drinks mana from a creep.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's going to be a shrine. Yep, preventing any more backstabs.
Radiant's bottom shrine has fallen.
Oh yeah, will be able to scout them out in place. The U-Scepter will come into place. Power Strike will connect onto this Alita, but is that going to be the target you really want to aim for? Sanking does have the Power Strike anytime soon. Zevira going in aggressive with the God Strength. Whoa, but the crit! Who needs stun when you have crit with the Daedalus? Zevira doing work! one by one, hit by hit. So much for being a tank hero. Wraith King just falls to the ground just like that. Wait, what? Was there any armor reduction at all?
Radiant's middle tower is
Wraith King
under
just
attack.
melted instantly. She didn't even have anything. Even though the evasion from Radiance is just...
Radiant's
it's nothing.
structures are fortified.
Wait, what? God, this has gotta be broken or something. That crit was just insane, even for a Wraith King. Okay, the Soulbind will connect to the two. Power Strike will hold the Wraith King in place, delaying that Wraith Fire Blast. But here comes the Storm Hammer. BKB will be used, but the counter Golem will be there. Requiem of Souls will be able to slow the fight down just by a tad bit as Gracelyn getting caught out by the Night Stalker. Eus will be there to hold the Night Stalker in place, but then again the Stormhammer will be able to root Alita and the Bounty Hunter in place as Warlock will buy back instantly. Alita will get the final right click onto the Bat Ride, onto the Bat. I'm not the Bat Rider, oh my goodness. Keep confusing Batman with Bat Rider. Alright. All those really different. Nevertheless, Lina getting stunned up. And Leah will get the final raise, double kill, instant buyback from Lina. Will they be able to hold? Golem is used, the Power Strike will connect onto Wraith King, but he does have the reincarnation available. No Aghanim at this point of death, at this point of time, but the Midas will be used before his death. Spendifall, the Gaia constantly just trying to poke. Just keep poking, but it's not going to do anything. The shield is just too strong. Gracelyn picking up the double damage. Alright, Warlock, position 5 things. Sven coming in to buyback. Soulbind will just latch on to the Soul Shadow Fiend, but I don't think it's going to do anything at all. Think of Death will be able to finish off Nemesis AAA. The Grimstroke just melts instantly to the Think of Death. How many charges is that? 6 charges? This is not looking good for Nemesis at all as Valor just self-invites himself all into the base. ALZ blinks in aggressively to get in that stun. She does have that gem available. Ghost Scepter is up, so she should be just fine. The Gaia will cast out the dust, but Power Strike will be able to hold in place. And Olia will get the BKB into the Requiem, but the Gaia gets the BKB just in time. Epicenter and Requiem for nil.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
The Crimson Guard will be used on the tower, but that's not going to do anything as Valor just knocks at the front doors of Nemesis. And Severa gets the Stormhammer in and she just walks in casually. God Strength is up. There's nothing they can do. It's just really just fish in a barrel. And Nemesis trying to get themselves out of the base to defend the Ancient, but that's not going to do anything. As a stun comes out, magic damage, all of the burst damage. Even look at Night Stalker, even though you're a tank hero, there's nothing you can do. You're tanky, but there's just no damage output from the rest of Nemesis. As Valor eSports, they're taking down the throne. While the rest of Nemesis is still desperate. They're really desperate holding the ground, but that's not going to be enough. 42 minutes into the game, 15 to 39. GG is called. Friendly GG from both teams. It's going to be quite a game, surprisingly though. Like Nemesis, I thought that they might have the early advantage, but I guess they just didn't really utilize that to their advantage. Like Boy, you came in with the rotations, but then again, you really want to synergize well with the Night Stalker. Like, come on, during the first night, you really want to get aggressive onto the Shadow Fiend. But I guess that just wasn't the case. Like, look at that. Even in the early stages of the game, Lina really had that huge advantage that she really wanted. 5 minutes into the game, look at that. Lina's just sitting at the top of the network, and look at SF. This was the best time for Night Stalker to actually come in with the ganks instead of contesting for the Sven. I mean, regardless, Sven will be getting farmed, so this is the opportunity where you really want to jump in for the fights. Ganking that Shadow Fiend would have been so critical. But overall, I think Nemesis, they played well, but I think it's just those decision makings that they decided to go for. I think they was just slightly confused overall. Like maybe Valor eSports, I really like how they rotated in with the Smoke of Deceit, getting those pickoffs, and overall, I think the movements from Valor was just so much better than Nemesis. They were so much more efficient getting those pickoffs, and overall just the better team for this game. I think it's just rather unfortunate, but Nemesis, they still have a second chance. It's still a round robin phase. We've just ended Game 1 with Valor emerging victorious, the Indonesian team beating the Philippines. But stick around, we still have Game 2 and Game 3 going on. I'm your caster, Jitjuan, and I'll see you in a short time.